Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Entertainment with Buford and Francis. Today I'm cosplaying, or at least dressing similar, to Francis from the Fairly Odd Parents, and I'll be telling the story of Mulan. Enjoy the video. Shan Yu and his army of Huns invade China, breaching the Great Wall via grappling hooks. This prompts a panicked soldier to light the sentry fires, which will alert the Emperor of China about Shan Yu's appearance. As a result of the invasion, each family is given a conscription notice. A male member of the family must serve in the army, but if they have a son that could take their father's place. Fa Mulan, who is both energetic, active, and adventurous, is scheduled by her family to meet the local matchmaker so that she could demonstrate her skills to become a future wife. Unfortunately, goes Ari, and this brought dishonor to the Fa family. Later, Mulan's father, Fa Zhou, is ordered to serve in the army. Due to his age and previous war injuries, however, it is unlikely he will survive. Though Mulan tried to tell Chifu, the emperor's meddling and misogynistic advisor of her father's condition, she only ended up further dishonoring not only herself, but also her father. That night, Mulan and Fa Zhou get into an argument over the latter's decision to go into the war, but Fa Zhou remained firmly adamant, as he is strongly bound to his honor. Later, against her family's wishes, Mulan secretly disguises herself as a man, then takes her father's conscription notice, armor, and sword so that he will not have to go. She then rides away on her horse Khan to join the army. However, her departure was discovered, though Fa Zhou's wife, Fa Li, urges her husband to go after Mulan. He revealed that their daughter would be put to death if he reveals her identity, as women are strictly forbidden from joining the army and would be punishable by execution if they are caught. Mushu, a small Chinese dragon, has been awakened to the family's first ancestor, who heard the prayer of Mulan's grandmother, Grandmother Fa, to keep Mulan safe. Mushu had been demoted to gong ringer after a mishap with one of the ancestors that led them to a disastrous death when they were alive. After various choices of which guardian to send after Mulan, he is asked to awaken the great stone dragon. Mushu, however, accidentally destroys the dragon, but realizes that this could be an opportunity to earn his place among the guardians again if he can make Mulan a war hero. Kriki joins him in the task. In the meantime, Shan Yu and the Huns pillage a city on the way to the imperial palace. Leaving the wreckage, they locate two spies. Shan Yu asks them to send a message to the emperor telling him that the Huns are coming and are ready to engage in the imperial armies. However, as they run off, Shan Yu orders his archer to murder one. Despite bad advice from Mushu leading to a rocky start at the training camp, Mulan, under the alias Ping, trains with a group of soldiers, alongside fellow soldiers Yao, Lang, and Chine Po. And they're all led by Captain Li Shang. Mulan falls at the training regiment, causing a disappointed Shang to order her to go home, though he is unaware of her true identity. Refusing to give up, Mulan uses her intelligence and determination to solve a puzzle that Shang had set up, becoming the first soldier to do so, surprising Shang in the process. Following that, Mulan rapidly improved her efforts throughout her training, which encouraged her fellow soldiers, including Yao, Lang, and Chine Po, to improve as well, causing Mulan to earn their respect and trust. At some point during this, Shan Yu's falcon, Hayabusa, uncovers a doll from a mountain village, revealing that the Imperial Army is waiting for them. One of the elite Han soldiers claims that it will be easy to avoid the ambush, but Shan Yu insists they proceed through the mountains, remarking they should return the doll to its rightful owner. Soon after this event, the troops complete their training, but Chifu refuses to let them see battle, accusing the troops of being ill-prepared. Overhearing this and fearing that this would ruin his plan, Mushu forges an urgent letter from Shang's father, General Li, ordering his son to take his men to battle. The troops set out to meet the general, who was already left on a mission to the village where Hayabusa took the doll. However, Shang and his troops made a tragic discovery in the now destroyed village. General Li and his men were killed in a battle against the Huns along with all the villagers that had perished. As they leave, Mulan places the doll she found in the village and places it in front of the general's makeshift grave Shang made for his father. Shang and his troops continue on, disheartened by their loss, when they are ambushed by Han archers due to a misfired cannon by Mushu. After an initial attack, the Huns are believed to be defeated, but the troops soon discover otherwise, and Shan Yu orders a massive cavalry charge to finish off the remaining men. Shang orders his troops to prepare to fight the Huns and Yao to fire the last cannon at Shan Yu, hoping to take the Han leader with them in death if they die. However, Mulan spots a precarious mound of snow on the upper mountainside, snatching the cannon from Yao. She fires the rocket at the snow mound on the mountainside, hits the mound near the summit, and triggers a large avalanche, spreading all over and swallowing the now fleeing Huns, including Shan Yu, burying them under mounds of snow. Shang's soldiers take refuge while Mulan rescues Shang from being swept away by the avalanche and falling off a cliff. The soldiers initially cheer for their victory, but it quickly becomes somber after Mulan discovers she's bleeding. She had been wounded by a swipe of Shan Yu's sword before the avalanche buried the Han leader and his army. Shang quickly summons a doctor just as Mulan faints. Unfortunately, during treatment, the doctor discovered Mulan's true identity and notified Shang, who is expected to execute Mulan. However, he spares her life, having saved his own life during the avalanche, and promptly expels her from the army instead. Shang and his troops promptly continue their path to the capital, leaving Mulan behind. She decides to return home to face her father, but discovers that Shan Yu and a few Huns have survived the avalanche and are now heading towards the city. Meanwhile, at the capital, Shang and his troops are being heralded by citizens in a parade for their war efforts. However, Shang, Yao Ling, and Chang Po are not in good spirits as they are noticeably saddened over having to leave Mulan behind. But the latter suddenly arrives. Shang wasn't happy to see Mulan again and refused to believe her claim that the Huns are in the city. At the imperial palace, the emperor addresses the crowd. Mulan tries to warn the people of the Huns, but they wouldn't listen. As Shang was about to give Shan Yu's sword to the emperor, it was suddenly snatched by Hayabusa, and he gave it to his master, horrifying the crowd, revealing his presence. His fellow Huns, who were disguised as parade characters underneath a big Chinese dragon costume, immediately reveal themselves and kidnap the emperor to take him hostage in his palace. Shang and his troops tried to follow the Huns inside, but are unsuccessful as the Huns has barricaded the doors. However, Mulan devises a clever ploy with Yao Ling and Chang Po. They will scale on one of the walls and infiltrate the palace with Shang, who joins them despite his initial hesitation to follow Mulan. In addition, Yao Ling and Chang Po will make the Huns lower their guard while in disguise as concubines. The ploy proved to be successful, as when the Huns lower their defenses in presence of the women, they were swiftly dispatched by them and Mulan, allowing Shang to reach the emperor. Meanwhile, on a balcony, Shan Yu demands the emperor to bow before him during this attack. The emperor calmly rebuffs him. Before Shan Yu can kill him, Shang intervenes, and the emperor is safely removed from the palace by Chang Po, while Yao and Ling followed. Unfortunately, Shang and Mulan are now trapped on the balcony with Shan Yu. The Han leader is about to kill Shang when Mulan intervenes and puts on her hair bun that she used for her pain disguise. Recognizing her from the mountain battle, Shan Yu gives chase, intent on avenging his fallen army. Mulan lures him onto the palace rooftop, where she disarms and pins him with his own sword. As arranged by Mulan, Mushu launches a huge firework rocket that hits Shan Yu, sending him flying into a tower of rockets and firecrackers. He is immediately killed in the resulting explosion, while the fate of the remaining 5 Han warriors is never fully disclosed. Following Shan Yu's demise, Mulan was confronted by an angry Chifu for the deliberate on his life, but Shang came to her defense. The emperor eventually arrives and meets Mulan, and in accusatory tone, he lists Mulan's crimes, but it changes to gratitude as he thanks her for saving China and himself. The emperor then bows to Mulan, which is considered an extremely high honor as it implies being of a higher status than the emperor. Seeing this, Shifu immediately kowtows before Mulan, followed by Shang, Yao, Ling, Chiam-Po, and the hundreds of observers in the crowd. The emperor then offers Mulan a position among his staff, even offering to have her replace Shifu, who faints upon hearing this. Though certainly flattered by the offer, Mulan politely declines it, explaining that she'd rather go back home. The emperor accepts this, and he gives her Shan Yu's sword, along with his crest, for her to bring home and give honor to her family. After bidding farewell to Shang and her newfound friends, Mulan begins her journey home. Upon her return, Mulan expects to be reprimanded, but is instead embraced by her father, proudly telling her that having her as his daughter is his greatest gift and honor. Her mother and grandmother see them reconciling before Shang arrives to talk to Mulan, having been encouraged to tell her his feelings for her by the emperor. Under the guise of returning her father's helmet, the first ancestor reluctantly agrees to make Mushu a guardian once more, and a celebration ensures.